Come make breakfast with a private chef who not only woke up late, but did not clean the kitchen last night, so we're getting an even later start. My client was about to get out of bed, and I told her, go back to bed. You look like you need it. Honestly, though, she's gorgeous. I just said that because I did not want her hanging out in the kitchen, staring at me cook. I should have just bought pre-shredded hash browns, but instead I'm making hand-squeezed potato juice. Actually, we're throwing that part away and keeping the flavorless dry potatoes because they're going to sear better. I decided to try grating my onions so I didn't have to wear my onion goggles, and not only did it not grate well, I cried profusely. Okay, worse than if I would have cut it. I think I just need a new job, honestly. I'm oiling the pan to make like pressed hash browns so we can make a breakfast pizza. And then I'm making the sauce. This is just creme fraiche and boursin. At first, I only use half of each container because it's really high in fat. But then I remembered they hired a private chef, not a nutritionist. They need to pay extra for that. I came back to my hash browns. Don't ask me why I thought that I was going to flip them in one go. Instead, I basically scrambled them because I have no skills. So I went back to the drawing board, pressed them onto a non-stick baking sheet instead, and I put them in the oven. I didn't have to think about them while I did the rest. I could have just served the hash brown separate, but I had a Pinterest photo for inspiration, and everything looked really beautiful layered, and for some reason I thought I was capable of recreating it. My boss cut the salmon because the texture weirds me out, so I told her to do it. Nemo was thoroughly traumatized today. I'm cutting the thinnest slices of red onion possible because my client really doesn't like raw onions nowadays, but whenever she hired me, she loved them. So I feel like if you're going to switch up that drastically on your employee, you got to meet in the middle somewhere, aka thin slices instead of thick. I'm massaging some arugula before being sorely disappointed in my hard-boiled eggs that were definitely supposed to be soft-boiled. One side of my hash browns were burnt, so I just flipped it to make it look intentional at least. And then we're going to assemble. Should I have waited for them to cool before I put the sauce on so they didn't turn into flavored milk? Absolutely, but I was already running late. It was like noon. I have other things to do, so we're just going to throw everything on there, throw in some extra eggs so my client gets enough protein and isn't grumpy. I tried to make it look nice from the plate, but let's be so for real right now. It's a paper plate. I'm not doing dishes. They did not hire me to be a maid.